What is up, guys? This is Pinzo back with another video today, and what I have for you guys is a bit of a news roundup. A bunch of news has come out about a whole bunch of different things in the last week or so, and today we will be going over all of it. There's quite a bit of it, so I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time on the intro. We're just going to jump straight into the first bit of news. Starting us off, we have Predecessor. For those of you who don't know, Predecessor had a closed alpha weekend just this last weekend. It was really good. Unfortunately, it will not be coming back. They said explicitly that they will not be having any follow-up weekends like they did in July. Even without it coming back, I had a whole lot of a blast this weekend. They added a couple new characters. Bellica and Steel are both now playable in Predecessor whenever we can play it again. The game was really good. If you want to go watch anyone's Twitch VODs, I have mine. Anyone else who streamed this weekend has theirs. There's a whole lot of gameplay that's been uploaded to YouTube this week as well. So you guys can just check around and see if you want to find something to watch. As far as the game itself, it ran very smoothly. The game looked beautiful. The new characters felt good. There weren't any characters that felt super OP or super underpowered. The game played well. Average match time for me was about 30 minutes, which I really enjoyed. Felt a little faster paced. The fights felt really good. It felt a little more punishing than if you're used to, say, Fault or Smite. It felt a little more punishing, closer to League of Legends. So if you're not really used to that, then you might have to brush up on your early game positioning, especially. That's where you get punished the most. Brush up on that a little bit before Predecessor's playable again. But without going into too much of a guide here, that's really all the news for Predecessor. They have not announced when we'll be able to play it again. Of course, you guys can always keep up, follow them on Twitter, that kind of stuff. That's where they post a lot of their updates. So if you guys are curious, just go follow them over there. And next, we have a bunch of Fault news. Before we get into Grux and that kind of Fault news, there's some different Fault news we have. So a Reddit post was made about last week talking about a new Fault website. For those of you who don't know, you can check your own account stats on the Play Fault website, but you currently can't look up anyone else. You can only look at the top 50 players' stats or your own. These stats are pretty underwhelming. You just can see your KDAs, stuff like that. You don't really get to see any community info as far as the game goes. Well, that's changed now. We have this new website. It's called faultmetrics.com. There will be a link down below and a pinned comment with a link. And it's a crazy website. You're seeing some of it in the background right now. You have your own tab. You can look up yourself. You have a heroes tab where you can see what heroes get played, what gets built on these heroes. The items are sorted only by popularity. They're not sorted by what's good. Like, no one's making these builds. It's purely based on popularity, something to keep in mind. But you can filter through ranks. What items are popular at what ranks? You can see that items like U-Mantle or Gobglue, these active items, get much more popular when you get to these Diamond Master players who know how to use their active items in conjunction with their abilities. You can see on your own stats whether or not your KDA on a hero is above average, below average, even, your gold per minute. You can see all these kind of stats. The website itself is super crazy. I urge you guys to go check it out. If you guys need help building any characters in a Fault game, you guys can go look, see what the Masters players are building, and you can either copy it, switch it up, just take some inspiration. All that kind of stuff is available on this website, and it's fantastic. So please, please go check out faultmetrics.com. It looks really, really good, and these guys need some support to make this thing just better. It will get better as Fault grows and as the website grows, so give them some support and just wait for it to grow. All right, moving into Fault in-game news. Grux hit the battlefield on Monday, and he is really cool. He has basically his classic Paragon kit. You have his iconic pull. He has his right click, his double slash, it bleeds, and then his dash now will collide with enemies. His dash actually will hit people and knock them up as in sort of an interrupt kind of ability. It's very interesting. And his ult, instead of being an AoE stun, it's now basically just the steroid. And along with that, you get CC immunity for a brief second as you cast it. Super cool kit, super cool character. One of my favorites from Paragon. Really glad to see him make it into Fault. And now we can play him whenever we want. He will be available for not Season Pass holders next Monday. If you have the Season Pass, you can play him right now. But if you don't, you'll have to wait a week. Also in Fault, the Halloween event just hit. The Halloween map is back. It looks pretty cool. You can turn it off if you really don't like it. It's a little darker, so if you don't have as great of a monitor, you might need to turn it off to see it too well. And you can do that simply by going into your settings. Along with the Halloween event, we got a couple Halloween skins. You've got skins for Grux himself. You have skins for Twin Blast, for Bellica. And these skins will be 15% off as far as coins and matter goes. If you're paying with skin marks, then they're still full price. But if you're paying with coins or matter, they'll be 15% off through next weekend. Well, guys, that's pretty much all the news that I've got for you this week. You had Predecessor with a huge weekend. You have Vault with its first seasonal event. Halloween event looks really cool. And then, of course, you have a really good new Vault website that you can check out for any stats you could ever possibly need about your Vault account or how to play in Vault. But with all that said, guys, that's all I've got for you guys. So I have been Pinzo. This video is Dunzo. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.